Hey guys, welcome back. Another channel is doing a series with a very similar name to this one. They call it Road to the PRS, and mine is The Road to PRS. Well, that's too confusing for me. I'm going to take the series title off and just continue to do videos about it. Today's video is about position shooting and the one piece of equipment that you absolutely must have if you're going to be any good at position shooting in PRS, and that is a barricade bag. Not this barricade bag, but a barricade bag. This is my schmedium. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And one of the things I have to comment on with PRS shooters is they are extremely helpful and nice people. I love shooting with these guys because when you get done shooting a stage, they're out there helping you pick your brass. They're helping you get all your gear back together. They're helping you get back away from the line so the next shooter can shoot to minimize the heat stress on you, because shooting this stuff out in the heat in the middle of the day in eastern Washington can be quite a stress on those of us from the wet side of the state. They are really neat people and they take good care of you. I get some reactions when people pick up this bag, if I lay it down somewhere or if they're just trying to help me. Now, those reactions range from mild amusement to outrage, downright offense even, it seems, because this is not filled with heavy sand. You see, I figured out after about 3 matches, that I wasn't physically strong enough to sling a 9 to 10 pound sand-filled jello sack, put it into position accurately at the end of my arm, and then drop a 22-pound rifle on it and go back to work with accuracy and precision, because some of these obstacles have some pretty narrow landing zones. And as you can see in this one, I struggled quite a bit getting the bag into position and then getting back on the rifle. It was kind of, well, what I like to call a display of feces. With that in mind, I had to come up with a solution because I'm not a big guy. Yes, I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm only 180-ish pounds. So I don't have all this massive shoulder and arm strength to be able to hold something out at the end of my arm and then manipulate it with precision. Well, the problem was simple to solve. We went to a lighter fill. Now, lighter fills do tend to offend people a little bit. People believe that you must shoot heavy sand to shoot well. But let me allay your concerns here. Since I went to this fill, my scores have gone up, not down. Just thinking out loud here. It may not be the optimum fill. So what did I go to? Well, the first thing I tried was Get Light, because that's what Armageddon Gear offers as an alternate fill for this bag. And they seem to know the entire shooting process a lot better than I do. I tried it. And honestly, the rounded beads of Get Light being slightly compressible, well, it didn't ever feel like the bag stopped moving for me. It didn't help me. It was just kind of there, if you get my meaning. And it depended quite a bit on what shape the barricade was. If I was going over the top of a 2x4 laid flat, it was one way. If I was on the edge of it, it was something completely different. And when it would smush, it would roll beads forward and back in the bag, distorting too much and not giving me a stable basis, or at least not as stable as I wanted it. With that in mind, I had to find yet another fill material, and I came across this one. This is Precision Underground Rifle Gear's light-ish fill. And I thought, light-ish, okay. So with sand in it, it was 9 pounds. With Get Light in it, it was 2.1. With this lightish fill, it weighs 2.3 pounds. This stuff is really interesting. And this is not an advertisement for them. As a matter of fact, I don't think they even know I bought it other than they shipped it to me when I paid for it. This material bridges, very much like sand does. It stops moving. And that, to me, is really helpful because I can get the bag where I want it, and it locks up like sand does. So it helps me to have that nice, stable platform to shoot off of. One thing that it does do that sand doesn't do is this. When I'm holding onto the bag to shoot, with sand, I don't have the hand strength to squeeze the bag to distort it with the weight of the rifle on it. I have to tilt the rifle up and then wrench on it and then tilt the rifle down and hope I got it. I'm not real strong in the hands anymore. Too many years of working on airplanes. So with this material, changing hands so I use the correct hand here, I reach up and I grab the bag and I have a thumb up on the side of the forend. I'm not actually bearing down on the forend, I'm just on the side of it right now. But I can take the bag and just give her a squeeze. and the front end comes up with the rifle weight on it. And then as soon as I stop squeezing, it turns into a rock again in its new position. That's really cool for a novice shooter like me, because I don't have to try to make those changes to my natural point of aim with my body as much. I do have to move my body if I'm making a major elevation change, just up or down a little bit, move my feet a little further apart or something. But the bag does the heavy lifting, if you will. As I said, it has not hurt my scores. It's actually made them better to have a bag that I can manipulate. Do I need to get stronger? Of course I do. That's always. But right now, with the hands that I have, with the arms that I have, the body that I have, this is the best option for me. So if you have a young shooter or someone without a lot of upper body strength, perhaps you might want to try a lighter fill like this to help them get into position more easily and more effectively. So in the end, sometimes you can't use what is theoretically optimal for your shooting based on what other people's experiences are, because you may not have the physical strength or prowess to handle what they're working with. And God forbid you get a bigger bag filled with heavy sand. Can you imagine an OG with heavy sand? That'd be 11, 12 pounds. I don't know about you. It's not just that I don't want to have to wrestle it when I'm shooting. I don't want to carry it in my backpack. That'd be insane. The other advantage to lightweight fill, while I'm here, of any sort, is that I can carry more bags with me. Because I'm at that point in PRS that I've learned something really important. PRS barricade bags are like holsters for pistols. You're going to have a drawer full of them that didn't work before you find the right one. Now, I've had great success with this medium, and honestly, I like it. I've even made some changes to the rifle to make it even better. But we'll get into that in a future video. All right, guys, until next time, think about your own physical limitations and how that affects your gear selections. And I'll see you in the next video.